Tottenham's attack has dried up over recent weeks. The swashbuckling football that we came to love has not been the same as it was. And in particular, Spurs fans and neutral fans have questioned the wingers at the football club. And in particular, the form of Heung-Min Son, the club captain of Tottenham Hotspur. His form seems to be dramatically declining, and many are wondering how long he will remain at the club. But today on the Sonny talkSPORT YouTube channel, I'm going to be arguing that Son can be easily replaced by Yang. But before we get into it, if you are new to the Sonny talkSPORT YouTube channel, then drop us a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and leave your comments down below. How highly do you rate Yang? So yes, this has been a debate that's been raging on for a majority of the season. How do we solve a problem like Heung-Min Son? Now, we all know how amazing Heung-Min Son has been for this club. He's been at this club for over 10 years. He is a proper servant. He stood by us through thick and thin. I remember when he signed all the way back under Pochettino, and we thought, who is this guy? You know, he nearly actually went back to the Bundesliga. We signed him, obviously, from Bayer Leverkusen for a very, sharp fee of around £30 million, I think it was at the time. And his first season wasn't as good as what we came to know and enjoy from him, and he could have actually gone back and signed for Wolfsburg in the Bundesliga. I remember reading that in Mauricio Pochettino's book. And since Heung-Min Son got the Golden Boot a few seasons ago, he shared it with Mohamed Salah, the Antonio Conte season where we finished in the top 4. Many have said he has declined. Now, he's in his 30s now, so he's not getting any younger. People have also criticised if he is a good enough Spurs captain. And in recent weeks, he actually signed a new deal at the club for a year extension. It was triggered as a clause to stay at the club one more year. But he has been linked with a move away. So that is key to say as well. He's been linked with Barcelona. I remember a year or so ago he was linked with a move to Saudi Arabia. But before we go any further and discuss this amazing winger, nearly 80% of you watching this right now are not subscribed to the Sonny talkSPORT YouTube channel. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's just madness that you're not subscribed to the Sonny talkSPORT YouTube channel. So you know what to do. Get down below, subscribe, and the most important thing, hit that notification bell because it'll let you know when I go live and react to games straight after kickoff. And I'm always in the replies. So, get in the comments and we'll have a good debate about who's good and who isn't at Tottenham. But yeah, back to the video. And many people have argued about Heung-Min Son's downfall and his dramatic decline at Tottenham Hotspur.
In the last few moments, Mr. Simon Jordan, Tottenham have extended Son's contract by a year, so it now runs to the summer of 2026. Heung-Min Son extends Tottenham contract to 2026. You were asking questions of him yesterday, were you not? As to where's he got himself to?
Well, I wonder if he's fit. I mean, I've understood through various channels, not Daniel, by the way, that he's had surgery last year, and so that some of the things I was looking at him in a couple of games that I've been to watch Spurs this season, and I'm thinking he's a mile off. He doesn't look like the same player that's captured all the attention at one point last season, was the leader replacing Harry Kane. He looks like a bit part, and it might be because he's not 100% fit.
But he's not playing for as good a team. You've got to remember that. Playing for Wales, it's not like playing for Spurs. Yeah. You're playing with Son.
Yeah, I know.
And, world-class players. So
I wouldn't say world-class, but...
Well, they are. They are, aren't they?
Who's world-class in Spurs' team?
Son.
Well, he was. He's not world-class now.
Well, you don't think he's world-class? Son.
I think he's been a world-class player. He's not world-class anymore.
Why? Because he's had a bit of, bad run.
He's not world-class, mate. Come on.
Son. Son. Laugh.
Son was a world-class player, but he's not a world-class player anymore. He can still, but he's not a world-class player. He doesn't get in, most teams anymore.
12 months ago, I was thinking, could he play for Liverpool in the front three? And I thought, yeah.
Diaz is a better player
than Son.
Yeah.
He is now.
Before we go to the phone lines, Dan, excuse me, let me get your view. Son signed for Spurs in 2015, so 9 years ago. He's gone on to score 122 goals in 307 Premier League appearances. He scored 2 goals in 4 games in the league so far. And since 2016-17, he's never scored less than 10 league goals in a season. Why is it, do you think, in the 9 years he's been there, I've never picked up the back page of a newspaper, I've never turned on talkSPORT and heard a club heavily linked to Son? Why is that?
Well, because he's always been settled, hasn't he? He's always been one of the very unusual, I know, for players of high quality who keep producing season in, season out. He just seems like a guy who was happy where he was. He had that wonderful relationship with Kane for years and probably always felt that they were so close to kicking on. So maybe he did have a couple of opportunities. We just didn't hear them about it. He doesn't seem like that type of guy who's got representatives who are going to put it out there.
No.
So that's probably why. But there would have been interest.
Okay. He's 32 years old. Spurs have got a decision to make. They can extend his contract by an extra year. But at the end of this season, that's when they have to make that decision. What would you do with him if you're Spurs? Do you offer him a new deal, big deal to keep him?
Well, it depends. You'd have a conversation with him how he feels. What does he want to be there? I'd definitely extend the year.
I do think that maybe Son could call it a day at Tottenham because, especially under this manager, this current manager, this style of play does not suit Heung-min Son. Ange Postecoglou wants his wingers high and wide. And if you think of a stereotypical Heung-min Son goal, what would you picture? Like, have a think about it right now. What you'd picture is a goal where he's on the left and he cuts inside and curls it top corner. And that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But he's not been able to do that. He's not been his same self. He seems to be not as quick as he once was, not as sharp. His decision-making is a tad late. He's just not the same player we've, loved over the years of being Spurs fans. But this is the case with a lot of players in the Premier League. I think Raheem Sterling, we're seeing it. Kevin De Bruyne. They're getting to the twilight years of their career. And it's not quite as easy for them to keep at this top level in the Premier League. So it is a damn shame. And also, people would argue, Son had a good season last year playing at striker. Why don't you play him at striker? Well, we obviously have Dominic Solanke. And I don't think Son is a striker either. He doesn't really suit the hold-up play in the Premier League, which Dominic Solanke can do. He can't drop deep and link up the play like Harry Kane would as well. Son maybe, has looked less impressive because of the departure of Harry Kane, which is obviously an upsetting thing. But actually, if you look at his numbers this season, it's not all that bad reading. He scored 11 goals and got 11 assists in all competitions in 40 games. So, that's not bad going whatsoever. 22 goal contributions in 40 games. That's nearly, a goal contribution every other game. I think that's quite good. I think that's really good. But there's just something not linking up well, but you could say that for a lot of Spurs attack, when it comes to Brendan Johnson, Matthias Tell when he's been used on the wing, Kulusevski, whoever. Obviously, the attack is a bit stale at the moment, but so is a majority of the football club at the moment. Anyway, but there is a solution already at the club. And, I've argued and said how good Tottenham's recruitment has been when it comes to youngsters. I've done a video on Luka Vuskovic recently, which I think is quite key in exploring how good he is going to be when he comes to the club. But I've also done various other videos arguing about the future of Archie Gray, Lucas Bergwall. We've got a lot of top talent at the club. But the player who can replace him is his compatriot. It is Yang. And we all know the story of Yang. If you don't know, I'll get you into the loop if you're a non-Tottenham fan. We signed Yang in the summer from Gangwon FC in the K-League. We loaned him back because that's what we do with a lot of these youngsters. We loaned Papa Matasar back, we loaned Destiny Udogie back, and we loaned Bergwall back. But he is now at the club. He's actually on loan at QPR, where he's got 1 assist. And I've got a friend who's a QPR fan. He's told me he's been very exciting. He's still only 18. He actually made his debut for Korea during this international break alongside Son. But I think that Yang has got all the potential to be an amazing winger for Tottenham Hotspur. And it's the young wingers where I think we need to put our faith in. We've obviously got Mikey Moore, but Yang has got so much potential that it is frightening. He reminds me of a young version of Son. He's dribbling. His willingness to take on a fullback. He's got an eye for goal. He's got an amazing goal record in the K-League last season. It will be on screen right now for your viewing pleasure. But I just think this guy needs a chance. And I said this in my tier video as well, that I think that Yang's got to stay at the club next season. I don't want to see him loaned out again. I think he's got all the potential to stay at the club. And I think the club have actually sort of soft announced that this is going to be the case because Son has signed that year extension. I see him actually staying a year and he'll sort of put his arm around Yang and show him the ropes and sort of, unveil to him what it is like to be a Tottenham Hotspur player. we have basically got the next Korean superstar already lined up. He is going to be the next Son when it comes to popularity and also style of play and skill-wise. We have basically used our expert scouting network to go out and sign this youngster who had all the potential. Even, I think he was playing alongside Jesse Lingard in Korea. He was ranting and raving of how good he is. And even in his first interview since signing for the club, you can tell he's very humble to be. So with Yang, I think it's a no-brainer to, put him into the club, put him into the team straight away. I feel like, he's the perfect winger. And also, I think he's the perfect Ange Postecoglou winger if he was to hang around. I just really like the idea of Yang being given that opportunity. And we've seen with, as I say, Archie Gray, Lucas Bergwall, these players want to take, that opportunity and are not afraid. And I think just if you look at the clips that I've put in this video of how he plays, he's the perfect winger for the Premier League. I've seen the likes of Savinho and Doku, and these are the wingers who are so sought out for. And those two who I name, I don't think have shown too much in the Premier League this season, but I think Yang has got all the potential to obliterate them and be even more impressive. I'm really hopeful that Yang is going to be a top talent for years to come and, sort of take that mantle on and be the winger that we want, because everyone says that Tottenham need new wingers. I think we've got a lot of good wingers already at the club. Even if you were to get rid of the likes of Brennan Johnson or, not keep Matthias Tell, Moore, Yang, Kulusevski, if you play him out there, I think they've all got a lot of potential, and I think they are the future of Tottenham Hotspur. But you're going to have to let me know in the comments down below. What do you make of Yang? Do you think he can replace Son? Or do you worry for Tottenham's attack going into next season? Let me know actually who you want us to sign in the summer. We'll be doing more transfer videos as the season ends. But yeah, that's all we've got time for today. Hope you enjoyed. As I say, leave your likes, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave your comments. Until next time, stay tuned for some more videos during this international break, because Tottenham are still not on for a whole week nearly. So yeah, stay tuned. But until then, up the Spurs. I'll see you guys pretty soon. Ciao.